Hello, I'm Robert Osbourne, and thank you for joining me in Today in History, where we look at some of the more prominent and overlooked moments that shape our world today. It was on this day, a mere 300 years ago, October 31st, that a tradition was born. Tradition that holds true to this day. Trick or treat. Oh. The year was 1717, in a small town of Salem, Massachusetts. The witch trials were in full effect, as accused women ran and hid to avoid persecution. In ancient text, it was written that these women would coil in secrecy to plan their rebuttal.
It was quite amazing. I'm an expert in women's studies. Women back then, they were constantly being blamed for the unexplained. Trust me, I studied 8 years at Grand Rapids University. The Salem witch trials was perhaps a pinnacle point in this whole movement. Trust me, I studied witchcraft for 2 years abroad. I'm an expert.
It was one woman, Abigail Williams, who led these meetings, for she was the one who made the sweets.
Abigail would lead the women into the streets with her plan of attack, along with their sweet, delicious macadamia nut cookies. Oh, there was the finest, most evenly pressed cocoa with the freshest of milk. Trust me, I was a Rocky Road scholar at the Hershey's factory. I'm an expert.
October 31st, 1717. It was on that day Abigail created a way to protest against the accusers and tormentors. The women would disguise themselves in mysterious garments of creatures and ghouls, walk up to the accuser's door, and utter the words that stand the test of time. Trick or treat.
As the accusers opened the door, hoping for delicacies, the women would trick them instead with the swift one to the groin. Ba-ba-booey! It was a trend that would send a message to all the accusers, and it would bring justice for all. I was an impractical joker for 4 seasons. Trust me, I'm an expert.
Unfortunately, as time passed on, so did the message. Just like a wicked game of telephone with a mute, the message was lost in hushed tones. Women would be subjected to worse as years passed. Until Chicago, 1924. The world was lit up with jazz. How crazy was it?
How crazy wasn't it? I mean, things were blowing up left and right. That's when Tang Toon Tommy came around. He turned the whole place around. He gave the people what they need. He gave them jazz and engines.
Baby Barb Jepson was a woman's woman, as deadly as a cough with the beauty of a panda sneeze. She led the housewives' troop to rally against the injustice.
Man, what a dame. All right, that cool cat, you don't even have any freaking clue. Cannot keep her claws to herself. You know what I'm saying? You go home and those curtains, they're torn to crap. You know what I'm saying? This looks like freaking potty confetti coming down, you know? She didn't have rules, you know? It's like you go home and it's like you put the little box right there and there's just poop right next to her. You know what I'm saying? She followed no one's rules. The women loved her just more than Tang Toon Tommy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And you keep relating Tang Toon Tommy as a third person.
Yeah.
Isn't that you?
Yes.
What a wonderful time we women had.
Yes, we women did.
We built underground kitchens and made illegal candy, and we would go out uttering our war cry, trick or treat. Oh, we would go and punch those men in their groins and ravage the streets and leave the baked candies for the women and the children. Oh, so fun.
Yes. I remember about as much from those days as I got feeling in my groin. That is to say, nothing. I'd say it was all fun and games until You kept punching me in the groin. I don't know what I did to deserve that, Barbs.
Everything you do is worthy of a punch in the groin.
And you do it every time.
You're lucky that you're married to me. I didn't even want to take your last name.
You took the feeling away from my groin is what you took when you punched it so much.
You deserve it. I remember those days, Robert, like they were yesterday. The costumes and the cheering. Oh, it was so liberating not to take orders from Goombas like him.
And the feeling in my groin.
It's these traditions that solidify the rights of women everywhere. They have created a decorative and festive activity that can be delicious, not only in delicacies, but also in freedom.
Trick or treat? Oh, my nuts!
Wait, okay, trick or treat. Oh, my notes and bolts!
Trick or treat.
Or treat.
Oh! 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 Harry!
That's been Today in History. Thank you for joining us. I'm Robert Osbourne. Trick or treat?
Oh! Oh, I sneak!
Who did that? Was it you, Carl? God damn it!